Hello everyone, Ushinro here. It's going to be a mage versus paladin match, and this is actually an arena. So right now I'm actually going to toss 3 of the cards, the Fireball, Big Game Hunter, and the Counterspell, and keep the Arcane Missiles against whatever 1 health minions he might have. And the mana curve is a lot better now. So turn 1 is going to be a Leper Gnome, turn 2 is probably going to be the Sorcerer's Apprentice, followed by the Demolisher, turn 3.
Reporting for duty.
Now I actually don't want to lose my Leper Gnome just to keep my board presence, so I just throw out Arcane Missiles, and luckily it does hit. And if it didn't, well, I'd probably trade, just in case he Divine Shielded. So he throws out a Grizzly, and what I do is just trade it up, and I coin out the Leopard Raptor. I value the 3-2 more than the 2-1, and the coin was not going to get much use with a pretty much low-cost hand. Consecration goes out. Makes me regret that I didn't play Counterspell, but maybe I can use the Counterspell later, and I get a 4-drop. So if he throws out a weapon, he can't kill it, and he would get frozen. So him throwing out a weapon would be really bad for him. And having the Water Elemental is really good for me, because next turn I could throw a Demolisher and Fire Blast whatever minion he throws, if it's the 1-1. Instead he throws the Scarlet Crusader, and I actually want to get rid of it.
Reporting for duty.
Right here I'm debating whether or not I should throw the Demolisher or the Raging Worgen and sack or throw my Water Element into it, but I decide to throw a Demolisher because it trades with both of those minions fairly well, and anything he throws out might get 2 damage dealt to it. Unfortunately, he gets eaten by Kodo. What can you do? So here I just want to remove the Kodo and pretty much just wipe his board and just go for the face. Things are looking good from here though. Got a Water Elemental, so weapons aren't a possibility. Got good removal. I've got a Counterspell in case I feel the need to. Raging Worgen is really good if I can enrage it and do 4 damage. These are not bad. Ah, but the Frost Elemental comes out. Luckily I have a Fireball to take care of it. So to make the best trade, I throw a Sorcerer's Apprentice, Fireball, and then Counterspell. That way I can make the most of my mana. If he throws a Consecration, I'm pretty much immune. If he throws 2, it's good for me because then he just throws 2 premium removals. He goes ahead and throws the True Silver Champion, and he's going to hit the Water Elemental with it because he realizes that the Water Elemental is going to be more annoying if he leaves that alive. So he wants to remove it now so that I can't freeze him forever. At least he'll be frozen for 2 turns.
Not on my watch.
Divine Shield goes on, and that pretty much forces the trade. And just the use of the, or just the addition of the Protector forces me to trade anyway, otherwise he'd get a better deal.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
So I throw out the Raging Worgen because he is still frozen, and his 2-2 can't trade with it. And my 2-1 can trade with his 2-2, if I need to. Unfortunately, he throws out Raid Leader and he gets a better trade. But like, I could clean up with the 2-2. And then this happens. With only 2 cards in his hands, a pretty big board, and nothing in my hand, things are looking really grim. I kind of burnt out too quickly. And it does look pointless to Fire Blast that, but every little bit will help towards the goal. because if he sends his ogre into it, it'll freeze at 1, and 2, it's at 3 health, so a frostbolt could save me.
Reporting for duty.
And this is where I actually start to panic. Because it's looking really bad, and it's like, do I clear the ogre, which will be frozen next turn, or do I freeze the 5-6 and prevent 6 damage? Or 6 minion damage? I decided to kill the ogre because if I just freeze the 5-6, then there's just going to be 2-3 health guys, and I actually do not have a flame strike. So I decided to remove that and hope to draw a fireball. I've used 1 fireball so far, and there's 3 more remaining in the deck. Alright, so he goes ahead to hit me in the face and hits me for another 5 with that minion. At some point. The Divine Shield is not too bad since I have the Fire Blast, but it's annoying. Oh man, I hope he doesn't have the Blood Knight, because that would be really bad. But he would have played it last turn if that were the case. Here's what confused me, because he attacked last turn with the 5-6, and he was testing to see if it was a Vaporize. But he attacked when that secret was up. And so he's really regretting his decision, so he sacks his 2-2. But it gets counterspelled. Ha! It pays off. And pretty soon I'm just gonna cry to myself because of the taunt. It's like, oh man, 4 minions? How am I gonna deal with this with only 3-1? Fireball. That's the answer. So I happily trade. So I can move 3 minions for 2 cards. Board control is slight, or board presence, yeah, board control is back in my favor, sort of. But I'm still at a big card disadvantage.
Reporting for duty.
True Silver comes out and makes me worried, because it's 8 damage on there, plus the 2, it's 10. And the Azure Drake kind of scared me, but when I pulled the Brewmaster, it was like, oh cool, I could pull it back and get another card with the spell damage. So I decided to not play it again and instead just pull it back. Here I'm hoping that the Brewmaster kills the 1-1, but he's not going to let me do that. It's a better trade for him to throw the 4-2 weapon into my 3-2. Because otherwise it trades pretty well with other minions, usually. It's like, oh boy. If I kill the 1-1s, things are going to look really bad. Look at all cards. And the 2-4 trades with any of them, so that's why I want to do that. I was like, oh man, I was so glad to draw that ooze. And here I Fire Blasted to force him to trade. Unfortunately, the quality gets me, and my Fire Blast was kind of a waste, but it may have forced his hand to do that.
Reporting for duty. The Frost Wolves stand ready.
Here it's like, oh man, my polymorph, my stuff. Where is it? Fireball, I'll take it. And I was really hoping that was... I am hoping that it's not redemption. It's like, okay, I have 5 mana to play the Fireball if I got it, but instead I get a Big Game Hunter, which is better value. And I made a mistake by killing his thing before killing the Cult Master, but that mistake actually pays off later. So remember this moment. As a Drake comes out, and before this moment, I did think that the secret was a get down. It was probably not an eye for an eye because I had no board presence, so it was probably a get down secret. So here is where I start getting worried because like how am I going to clear all this stuff? And this is really bad because I want to trade the 4-4 into the get down and then trade the 4-2 into the 4-4. And right now I'm debating whether or not I should throw the loot hoarder out and just try to eliminate his 2 taunts, or do I try to kill my own loot hoarder with my fire blast and I'd be left with 6 mana to throw a fireball. 4 mana just to draw 1 card. It's really expensive. And right now I'm just like, let me kill that and then I can get an okay trade. And it's like, if it's get down, I actually only kill 1 minion. 2 minions actually, and that's just the taunt. And I really need to get rid of his spell damage. Because right now he has 9 damage. So I go ahead and kill my own loot hoarder, and I happen to top deck the frostbow, which kills him, makes my decision easy. There's the get down. As I expected. I hit that for 1. I throw the Imp Master to trade for his 1/1s.
Your magic shall not.
Unfortunately, he stops that board advantage. And now he has so many minions. So many. If he goes for my face, I have so little opportunity to come back. Azure Drake. And then Dark Iron Dwarf gives me hope I can kill the 4-3, and then I can Fire Blast the 1-1. Oh wait, I don't have enough mana. So I just throw the Imp Master and then kill the 1-1. That way I can still get value with the 1-3 Imp Master. 4 cards on my deck, and I believe it's 4 on his. He tosses the loot hoarder into my Azure Drake in hopes that he draws something that can kill it.
Reporting for duty.
Your magic shall not save me.
Spellbreaker comes out and silences my Azure Drake, which is unfortunate, and it pretty much forces me to trade his 4-3 because trading my 4-4 for the 4-3 is not worth it, and I might as well. And I can't trade the 1-3 for the 4-3 because that doesn't even kill it. So might as well make an okay, as best of a trade as I can. I hold on to the fireball because he may throw something with 6 health. It's a possibility. It's so few cards left. Might have been better being greedy, but at this point it's like, ah, yes, I saved it. It's like, I have an answer to that. And then Polymorph comes out. I was like, no, that's a better trade to Polymorph because we're near the end of the deck. I doubt he has anything better. So just deal 4 to him, clear his board. Just want to remove as much as I can. I can't afford to take any more damage. Ah, more heal. Paladins.
Reporting for duty.
Things are not looking good. Down to 6 health. I can't trade well. I get a heal. This is actually really good because now I'm left with a 4-1 that still can't do 4 damage.
I'm almost out of cards.
Ah, things are looking really bad on both sides. Mostly on me. 6 health. Coming back from here is really ridiculous.
Reporting for duty.
Not on my way.
Oh, the Kodo. Trades with, kills both of them. Question is, do I Fire Blast hit with the 2-1, or do I just send the 2-1 into the 2-2? And in my mind, during that time, it was like, it's the same outcome. Just throw the same being Kodo. And luckily, it killed the 1-1. Because if I had not killed the 1-1, I would have to Fire Blast it and send my 2-1 into it, and thus have 1 less damage dealt to him.
It's time for a little blood.
Ramani Berserker, not a fantastic card,
Reporting for duty.
so he's hoping to win by fatigue. Take 1. 5 health. Oh my goodness. Well, if you've already done the math, you'll know the outcome. So all he can do is reinforce, and that automatically gets killed. So we're just playing a fatigue war. Take 2 damage, down to 3. So next turn I would lose. But he already took 1 damage, so now he takes 2. Thus the victory. Alright, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that match as much as I did.